Hi, I'm Christian Hough.
Hi, and I'm Chris Reeve.
And in this how-to, we're going to look how to maximise natural light when on location. It's time to keep it simple, get the gear and get going. We're on location at Chilston Park Manor House, which is a unique Grade 1 listed property. This 17th century manor house is now a luxury 4-star hotel with 53 bedrooms set in the beautiful Kent countryside. One of the things I really enjoy using is natural light, and you can't beat a bit of window light simply because it's so effective and it's very flattering towards the subject. No artificial lighting, no stands, just a reflector and the camera. That's all you need to shoot. One of the things we really need to consider when we shoot with natural light is how bright that light is coming through the window. We can have a lot of diffuse light coming from clouds or some very contrasty sunlight. The other thing to consider is how dark that room is. If we've got a lot of dark decor or even if we've got a lot of light space, everything affects the image at the end of the day. What we're looking to do here is utilise the natural daylight to come through the window and shape the model's face. Ideally, we're after a small inverted triangular pattern under the model's left eye to give us that Rembrandt lighting. What we're using here is a dual-sided reflector disc. We have silver on one side, which creates a nice neutral reflection. Flipping it over to the other side, we've got a nice gold reflector disc, which really helps to warm up the shot. We've now moved positions, really to make the most of the natural daylight. Here we have a beautiful big bay window which allows the natural light to flood in behind the model, creating a natural rim light and really shaping the cheeks beautifully. Natural light is constantly changing, so it's always worthwhile keeping an eye on your metering. If the shadows are too dark or the image is very contrasty against the natural light, you can also consider using a disc reflector or a polyboard if you have one available. Don't forget, you can always make use of the camera's ISO, or you can use a slower shutter speed. Failing this, you can also use a wider aperture. With aperture, the wider the aperture, the shallower the depth of field, so any slight movement back and forwards from your subject will make the image seem out of focus. Okay, let's shoot. You can always utilise a tripod in order to avoid things like motion blur. It's great to try the setups that we've used here today, but it's also really important to get out there and try and experiment yourself. Don't be confined by what we've done. There's so many ways of doing things, you just can't go wrong.
Excellent, nice shots, Christian. Now here's a few tips to get you started with shooting with natural light. It may not seem obvious, but the position of the sun is relevant to shooting inside. Christian was very careful not to have direct sunlight behind Ellen, as this would have been far too bright. When shooting with a strong backlight, as Christian did, always use a reflector or a polyboard to bounce light back onto your model. Otherwise, you'll get a very strong black silhouette effect. Christian was shooting RAW. The main difference between RAW and JPEG is that RAW is just an unprocessed file. It literally is a list of zeros and ones that you can process on your computer rather than in camera. JPEG is processed in the camera, and therefore you don't have much latitude when you get back in the studio and you want to change things like the sharpness, the colour balance or the exposure. So RAW is really the way to go if you want to get the results that we've got here. Christian made it look easy. We had a great location. The style of window will make or break your shot. We find that period windows tend to be a lot more photogenic. For the best quality RAW file, go for the slowest ISO, say about 100. Go for the fastest shutter speed you can get. And as for aperture, go for something, say f8 5.6, which is in the middle of the lens and is usually the sharpest part of the lens.
Great tips, Chris. So there you have it, some great on-location setups utilising natural light. The only thing you've got to do now is go out and try it yourself.
I hope you enjoyed it, and remember to look us up on the Bowens website, and we'll see you next time on How To.